Hi, it's Abby. Welcome back. I wanted to talk about polarity. So, polarity is what happens because we live in a physical reality. Temperature is polarized into hot and cold, gender is polarized into male and female. These are all byproducts of our physical world experience. They don't actually exist above the time-space continuum, so there's no duality or polarity above it. And part of the spiritual journey, the conscientious spiritual journey, is realizing that, and that is often referred to as non-duality. And really what you can look at is that every polarity, every duality is actually a trinity, because there's this side, and then there's the neutral point in the middle. And aiming for the neutral point in which you can see both sides with perfect awareness and clarity, and not choosing to attach to either one, is really the traditional spiritual path. So this is physically played out and demonstrated in the twin flame paradigm. And people that have a twin flame experience will choose the twin flame template, the paradigm, and stay in it because it is a physical world representation. So if you believe you have a twin flame, a human twin flame, you are on this side, they are on this side. So the Trinity point is often this very nondescript thing that people generally think of as union. That's the best way that they can describe this polarized experience is union. Union generally has no parameters. So in the community, people don't look at union and say, that's when you're married, or that's when you have a baby, or whatever. There's really no descriptors. It's very individualized and has no parameters. And that's why, because that whole thing is just a playing out in reality of a duality with a trinity point. So if you are still kind of choosing but feel like you're not choosing twin flames, that's why. Because it's just that duality, and you are constantly trying to get into the midpoint, which is the trinity, the neutral point, but you already are there, because that doesn't actually exist ever. It only exists in the physical experience. So in order to get off of that and to just get into the trinity point, which is detachment, you can detach from your personality convictions and that person, right? And just get in the middle. And then you can see both sides, even though you used to think maybe you were on one side. You weren't really. You can choose the middle and see both sides with detachment, no emotional attachment, and acceptance and clarity of both. And honestly, any duality you find yourself polarized in, so it could be political, the vaccine, masks, gender stuff, like transgender is in the middle, right? So people that don't have a defined sexuality or gender, they are often experiencing a lot of hate. I just want to say probably hate, misunderstanding sometimes from people that are very polarized, because they're a physical representation of the trinity point. And that scares a lot of people who are on the side, because they don't want to give up an attachment. So you can be someone that's not very polarized. So somebody who is polarized will pitch you against them naturally. Like in politics, I've experienced people that are on either side of the polarity in the United States, that would be Republican and Democrat generally, that will look at someone who doesn't really, they're kind of independent, and label them as, try and get them to be on the other side of the polarity, because they can't acknowledge the trinity point in the middle. And it's it's just detachment. So practicing detachment from all polarity is a great way to help you lift yourself off of that twin flame template where it's you and it's this other person, and get into the Trinity point, the neutral zone, which is detachment from outer forms. It's just a choice. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to take a long time, because time doesn't exist. You don't have to do a lot of stuff, traverse a lot of space. Space does not really exist. It is just a choice that you can make now. And that's freedom. That's power. You're creating reality moment to moment. So we're all creating everything in our personal universe. We're choosing moment to moment to moment to moment. Continuity is an illusion. The twin flame template is an illusion. And that's why it exists, because it's a representation of duality. The Trinity point is usually what people are aiming for, which is what? Twin flame union. So that in itself is an illusion. It doesn't even have parameters, as we already discussed. There's like really nothing specific about the midpoint. It's whatever you would like it to be. And that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.